Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how Black Panther Wakanda Forever star suggests Marvel will recast T'Challa. I think they should have recasted him even before your Wakanda Forever. Like, I get that they wanted, I get that T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman died, and it was hard. Sir, take a break. Sir, let yourself grieve. But I feel like Wakanda Forever, the movie, would have benefited more if they just recasted T'Challa, in my opinion. The last read. Black Panther Wakanda Forever just made its way into theaters, and it's already breaking box office records. This was also on November 13th that was produced, so there's that. Wakanda Forever has a massive opening weekend and is being greeted fairly well by critics and fans alike. The film has shown fans what Marvel Studios decided to do with the mantle of the Black Panther after they chose not to recast the role of T'Challa. One star of the film believes that even though they chose not to recast the role this time around due to the death of Chadwick Boseman, the studio will eventually do it in the future. During a recent interview with the Esquire, Winston Duke explained why he believes the role will eventually be recasted. There is no way they will never remake Black Panther in the future. There is no way that the saga and interpretation of T'Challa, King of Wakanda, will end. He is canon, so trust that it will come, but allow Black Panther Wakanda Forever to be a human experience. Marvel Studios unveiled their plans for the next 3 years, with 2 new Avengers movies being announced. Avengers The Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars will both make their way into theaters in 2025. Okay. One thing that wasn't announced on the slate was the 3rd Black Panther movie. Even though it's all but guaranteed that fans will receive a 3rd Black Panther movie, Marvel producers Nat Moore revealed during a recent interview that the studio and Ryan Coogler both want to see the fan response to be a highly anticipated sequel before agreeing to do a 3rd film in the franchise. There is a great question, to be honest. That's not me trying to answer the question. We really want to see how audiences receive the film, and I think Ryan's really interested to see how the film plays before we decide. There are currently ideas we've floated around of what a 3rd film could be if we get to make it, but until the movie comes out, we're a bit superstitious in that way. We don't want to count our chickens before we never know what's going to happen. In Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Queen Ramonda, Shuri, and Baku Okoye and the Dora Milaje fight to protect their nation from intervening world powers in the wake of King T'Challa's death. As the Wakandans strive to embrace their next chapter, the heroes must band together with the help of the war dog Nakai and Everett Ross and forge a new path for the King of Wakanda. It has yet to be seen where the Midnight Angels tie into the story. Introducing Tenoch Huerta as Namor, king of a hidden undersea nation. The film also stars... Well, there's some other stars in the movie, and it says Wakanda Forever in theaters now. Even though I don't think And I'll also I will post this link into the pinned comments when I upload this video, so you guys can give this a read. But I kind of failed to see where the Wakanda Forever star suggests that Marvel will recast T'Challa. To be honest, sure, I would like to see T'Challa recasted, essentially, because, like I said, I feel like Wakanda Forever would have benefited more a bit if T'Challa was around. And they did set it up towards the end of Wakanda Forever. And this will contain spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched Wakanda Forever yet, this would be a good time to exile the video. But in the after credits scene, it is confirmed that T'Challa has a son named T'Challa. And it is obvious that they are leaning him into being the next king of Wakanda, potentially the next Black Panther. And if that's so, if that's going to be the case, they're going to like have T'Challa's son be the next Black Panther, then, and drinking that heart-shaped herb thing, then they need to recast T'Challa. I feel like it's beneficial. I believe I said this in a recent video, where I feel like the most impactful thing that they could do is when T'Challa Jr. goes to the ancestral plane to visit the kings of the past. We see T'Challa, King T'Challa. And sure, there's the option of deepfake, but we all saw how the whole deepfake was felt in Rise of Skywalker with Princess Leia. How that was received by people, for the most part, which, at least from my end, I didn't see many people being a big fan of them doing deepfake Carrie Fisher for Leia in Rise of Skywalker. So I can't exactly see them doing deepfake Chadwick Boseman and fans taking that well. I could be wrong, but I can't see that happening ending well. And what I failed to mention in my video before, like my most recent video about this topic, regardless of if you recast it or not, you would have had backlash. But you would have had, I believe, less backlash if we recasted T'Challa from the start. Because I'm also in that camp where T'Challa's story has not ended. And it's not ended. And they, I believe, ended T'Challa's story prematurely because of Chadwick's death. Again, I'm not taking away from his death, because Chadwick's death was unexpected and it was rough, sure, but I do believe Chadwick would have wanted T'Challa to be recasted for the story of T'Challa to continue. King T'Challa, I mean. And I think that would have honored Chadwick's memory more if they recasted, besides killing him off. But that's just me. If you guys feel differently, I if you guys disagree with me, that's fine. It's just I feel like the movie could have benefited more if they recast it Giselle. That's just me. Anyways, what do you wonderful people have to say? Let me know in the comments section down below. My screen went black for a second, but let me know what you guys gotta say in the comment section down below. I will have this article in the pinned comments down below, so if you guys want to give this a good read, you guys can. But with that said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. We got one another. And I'll talk to you fellow Mitches later. Later, taters.